Okay guys, we are now in Flatanger. We are actually on the same trip as like the same trip we did in Finland. We came here directly from Finland to Norway. So I passed from trying Burden of Dreams, the hardest boulder in the world, to try Silence, the hardest route in the world. I answer all your questions about Burden of Dreams, and right now I'm here in Norway, so I'm answering all your questions about Silence. We are in the barn of the camping, here like just below the Flatanger cave, and today is raining. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining, heavily raining. So we decided to train a bit, not too much because tomorrow we want to climb. Yesterday we rested, then we were ready to go in the cave, and then it started raining a lot, so we decided to skip this day at the cave and train a bit here. So I have time to answer your question. We can start. Vamos.
Alright, so Willy Woozy asks, do you scream more on it compared to other routes?
Oh, screaming. Actually, last year I was screaming a lot. This year I haven't. Come è passato di scream? I haven't screamed yet because I'm trying. Okay, the focus of this trip. This will be a short trip, 10 days more or less. The focus of this trip will be the first cracks. So right now I'm trying the single moves, and like for the single moves I don't scream.
Kenin Gabler asks, Silence or Burden?
Oh, good question. Silence or Burden? Okay, if I have to choose between climbing Silence or climbing Burden, for sure, like I have a sport climber soul, so I would choose Silence definitely. Definitely. I would choose Silence, I think. But it was a good challenge, Burden, so I think they're almost the same. Almost the same, like beauty and part of history. One is the first 9A, one of is the first 9C. So I think since I'm more a lead climber, I would choose Silence. So we are in the camping right now, but the only people are here are me and Sarah and Anna Kveroven and her father. She's staying here. I don't want to disturb you, just keep climbing. If you don't know her, she is super strong Belgian climbers. She won several. How many World Cups did you win? 3 World Cups winner, and she's now climbing in Flatanger. And what are you trying? I don't want to disturb you, but I want to disturb you.
I'm still searching a project.
Okay, still searching.
I don't have one yet.
But how long will you stay here?
3 more weeks, I think.
Okay, 3 more weeks. So if you want, follow her on Instagram, Anna Kveroven, and just follow her updates on her projects.
Okay, so Denker asks, which shoes will you be using? Same combination as Adam?
Oh yeah, I will use. Right now I'm using the Mantra, but because I'm training. Yeah, on Silencer we use the right Mura, La Sportiva Mura, and the left is a Solution Comp. Adam, I think, was the opposite. He was using the left Mura, and the right was, I think, a normal Solution. Maybe the Solution Comp didn't come out yet in 2017, so he was using the normal Solution. I feel much better with the Solution Comp, so I would prefer to use both Solution Comp, but for the toe jam, for sure it's better the Mura. I will just do some easy training today. I don't want to be too tired tomorrow, so we'll just do some easy traverse, maybe a few creams, maybe a bit of campus board. We actually mounted this campus board here with HRT rungs. Last year we brought them from home to have a new facility. Actually, the wall was built by Adam Ondra back in 2016-17 probably, and it's very useful here in the camping because you can warm up, you can train, because there are no climbing gyms in the area. Probably the closest is in Trondheim, like 3 hours driving. So having the possibility to train, to warm up here is great. Thank you, Adam.
All right. So local system 3264 asks, do you feel close to sending it?
Okay, it's hard to understand how close I am to send silence. I don't think I'm close, but I have some updates, like from this trip. I actually feel much better. I think like training for Excalibur helped me with the max strength, which was one of my weaknesses. And like when I was trying Burden of Dreams, then it even improved. And so right now I feel I have like a lot of power, maybe a bit less endurance. But for silence, I think it's much useful to have a lot of power, because like it's not like an endurance route. It is long, but you have like good knee bar rest. So if you're able to rest on those knee bar, you don't really need endurance like on bibliography, where you have to climb like 40 meters straight with like resting just on the arms. So I think I'm in a better shape now compared to last year, and I think I will focus on the first boulders. So, which was the question? I don't remember.
It was how close are you to send?
Okay, I'm not gonna send in this trip, but I will do another trip.
Don't want to.
I don't want to.
You could,
Okay.
but you don't want to.
I could, yeah. I decide I'm not gonna send in this trip, and maybe I have some chance in the last part of the next trip, which will be August and September. So maybe from September there could be some. I still don't know, but there could be some small chances to at least trying like from the ground. Oh. A lot of people ask if like my training and my burden attempts affected my endurance, and actually I think so. I think I have much less endurance than compared to last year. But as I told you before, in this moment it's not very useful because I'm trying the first cracks of silence, which is like probably an 8C boulder with the rope. So I think for the moment it is better to have like less endurance and a bit more power. When I will try to send, maybe I need to gain and train a bit more with the endurance, but I think it is not the moment. So now I think I feel much better than last year. So burden training and Excalibur training was very, very useful even for silence. Quella gialla sopra.
So how do you warm up specifically for silence?
Last year I was warming up here in the barn. This year I did some easier routes. Actually, there were Sarah's project. No, but okay.
Burn.
But they're not easy routes. There are like 7. Which route did you try? Oh, Sarah, you join us. Join. What did you try in? What are you trying in the cave?
I try to 7C, but for me they are really hard.
Oh yes, the style of the cave is like not Sarah's style. Sarah's preferred like crimpy style,
Yeah.
like slightly overhanging short routes. Here is like slopers on roof 40 meters, so it's like the opposite. Yeah. But yeah, you try a couple of 7Cs,
Yeah,
and
I need to find my.
you need to find your
Either
project.
project.
Yeah.
CJWB
Would you rather have an hour on the switch or an hour on silence?
Sarah just made me a present, the new Zelda game for the Switch. I'm not sponsored by Nintendo, but I would like to. So if Nintendo is seeing this video, please sponsor me. And so I'm spending a bit more time on the Switch than on silence since it's raining. And yeah, but both of them are good. The good thing is they can both be like playing together. Like if I find a good neighbor on silence, I could play Zelda.
So Tubi Mike is asking, if you had perfect practically, would the route still be 9C?
Okay, so Pete Whitaker tried the route with a bit different jamming technique. So he went like all the way up from the beginning of the crack to the end with a from the beginning to the end jamming like hands and toes. So it seems like with his beta was like that part was a bit easier, but for me the hardest part of silence is like just below. So and like the crack part is hard, but it's not that hard. So I think even if you're like super strong crack climber, the hardest part will be the first one. So I think it wouldn't change the grade if you have like a perfect jamming technique. Also because Adam is super skilled on like jamming and everything. So I don't think it will change. Okay, so a lot of people ask if I will downgrade silence, and the answer is yes. No, no. The answer is no. I think compared to all the 9B Plus I climbed Change, Bibliography, Excalibur and Perfecto Mundo. Silence feels much harder than those four, so I think the grade 9C is the proper grade, even if I haven't tried anything else like this hard. So also for this reason, it will be probably stay 9C, and I also already downgraded a 9C, so I don't want to be like repetitive. Si dice repetitive. I don't want to repeat myself, so I think 9C will be the right grade. Okay, so Ollie Lindsay Clark, sorry for the mispronunciation, asking what is the single hardest move on the route for you? Okay, I can give you the phone so I can this for me and probably for Adam too. The single hardest move is going to the slot. Last year I was able to do it like as a single move a couple of times at the end of the trip, but it was for me impossible to think about like connecting it from few moves below and with few moves like above. But the good news, this year I feel much stronger, and I was able to do like on my second go probably this year, going to the slot, and then last of days that I was able to connect from the start of the boulder, from the undercling. I was able to do all the moves and to the slot, so it is a big improvement. And then like the second hardest move is probably from the slot going with the feet and jam and toe jam in the crack. And last year I was able to do it just one time, screaming a lot. You can put the video here. And this year I feel much stronger on the core, so I was able to do it, I don't want to say easily, but it was much easier for me. And the next goal, the goal of this trip will be to connect the whole first boulder. Right now I'm trying to do it in two parts. I wasn't able to do it in two parts because I did it like the first part until the slot, then like the second is like the toe jam and few moves, and then I did from like the toe jam to the top, so it's like a bit more than two parts. The goal of this trip is doing it in one whole part, and this will be a huge come si dice? Accomplishment. This will be a huge accomplishment, but I'm not there yet, and when I climb the whole first cracks in a row, I think I will be almost ready to try from the ground, to try to send.
So do you feel strong on the core for the plenty of backflips you are doing before?
Yes, this is a question from Banda directly. I'm stronger on the core because of Toby's cigar training for the backflip that lasts for like 10 minutes. I have a question for you. From Flamey69, how hard is the approach?
No, it's easier than Seoul for sure.
Okay, easier than Suze,
Yeah,
but harder than Burden.
Ah, yeah, for sure.
Way harder.
For sure, way harder. Yeah, it's like 20 minutes,
Yes.
and the hardest part actually is the last one.
Yeah, like in the cave.
Yeah.
Okay, so Warmup Chekovic, I think, asks, did you do all the moves on the first class?
Oh yes, I did all the moves, but I already did all the moves last year on the first trip. Guys, if you haven't seen like last year series, like last year videos, check out here, because I'm here, and you can see like the whole playlist of all the videos we shot on silence last year. I will answer the next question while campusing.
Okay, how does the difficulty compare to the 9-meter class rules here?
It's harder.
Okay, keep going. Okay. Since when are you into this rule?
I tried it, it will be a very short answer. I tried it for the first time last year for 1 month, and this is like a 10-day trip, and I will try again in August and September.
Okay, and don't see.
Ce la faccio più.
Asks campus, come on, it's easy.
Campus. Oh, the question is campus.
Yeah, the question
Okay,
is campus.
the answer is campus. Non ce la faccio più. Okay, will be possible to campus silence? No, there's like the toe jump will be impossible without the toe actually. So maybe some of the moves, probably most of the moves are possible on the first part, on the second cracks, but the first cracks, no, definitely not possible. It's like campusing Burden of Dreams, not possible.
Do you want to try DNA after silence, or maybe you want to send all 9B plus first?
No, I have no plan to try all NB Plus first. It will be, I'm curious to try DNA, maybe this fall. I think in summer maybe it's too hot, so maybe this fall could be a good moment.
Last question. Mace Climber asks, when is the next YouTube video coming out? I assume it would be about silence.
Okay, this is like the first video about silence of this year. The next video will be a comparison between Burden of Dreams and the first cracks of silence. So it will be very interesting. So guys, if you have some question about this, just ask below. And I think it will be super interesting to see the comparison of the hardest boulder in the world and the cracks of the hardest route in the world. So thank you guys for watching this video. You can put a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to all channels on YouTube if you already haven't. And see you on the next video. Hi guys, this is the moment. We traded the climbing brush signed by Will Bosey with Jacob that gave me a Tamron lens, and then we traded the lens with Austris that gave me this beautiful bike, and then it's time to move on, and we have here the next traders.
Hi, I'm Matthias, nice to meet you.
Ciao.
I'm Riccardo, nice to meet you.
Ciao, nice to meet you.
I have this MacBook for you.
I think
Interesting?
that could be very interesting, and I have this beautiful bike.
That's perfect because actually we need it for a project that we have in mind.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we can make this trade. This is the bike.
Thank you. This is the MacBook.
Thank you. Okay, guys, what's your project? What do you want to do with this bike?
Okay, with this bike we will do a project. We will together, me, Matthias and another our friends, we will do a trip all around Italy, also the 2 islands, Sicily and Sardinia, and we will create after this 2 months of trip a documentary That's
Exactly.
Matthias and Lorenzo. They will record. In the meantime, we will do all the trip, and we hope to create a good documentary that maybe we will in the future send to Stefano, and that you can see it.
But the question is, how will you edit it if you don't have a MacBook now?
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem.
But-
But actually, we have other ways to do it. So
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
don't worry.
So when is your project starting?
So we're planning to leave from Milan around the beginning of September, and then for like 1.5 2 months we will traveling all around Italy.
Okay, nice. So guys, I will put in the description their Instagram accounts if you want to follow their project. Just follow them. And okay, now it's your turn. If you have something you want to try with this MacBook, actually I don't know which MacBook it is.
It's the MacBook
Pro?
Pro.
It's a MacBook Pro.
13 inches from 2018, I guess. and
Yes. Okay. 13 inches. I cannot open it. Okay. 2018. They assure it is
It
working.
works.
Okay.
It works. Yes.
It's all reset it as new, and
It could be yours
Yes,
if
it
you have something really amazing to trade with Stefano. Basta.
Perfect. I was almost forgetting, you guys have earned a lifetime access to the climbing gym that right now is this MacBook, but thanks to you, it will be soon like a full climbing gym, hopefully.
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.